For example, whatever we did it, I want to save this report. I want to save this report. Or you want to apply the filters before that. If you want to apply the filter, I'm not interested on all the data. I'm interested only department numbers, 10 and 20 data only I'm interested. Then you can go to the Power Query. Here we have the DEP number. Then we have here drop down. In this drop down, we have the filters. In these filters, you can apply whatever filter you wanted. Suppose I want only 10 and 20 only, then I can select here 10 and 20 data only I wanted. Click on OK. Now you can notice one more step is added, that is called as filter row step is added. This is how we are able to filter it. Once you feel like you are happy with all the transformations whatever available, then you can go ahead and you can say as close and apply. If you click on close and apply, then automatically that entire Power Query window will be closed, and we are able to see now the changes whatever you did it, that will be reflected here. That means the report also updated with the only 2 departments only updated. Now 30 department is not there because we filtered it out. Now what is my report name? My report name is showing as untitled. I want to save this report. You can go ahead and save it. Go to the file menu. There is a save option is available. Click on the save. I am saving I am saving into RRI Tech folder. I want to create one folder for our batch. Let's try to create one folder. Okay, 2023. Then we are saying as July, we are trying to put it. Okay, now go and try to save inside this one. We are trying to save it. We are doing the first lesson we are doing. Always best practice is whatever lesson you are practicing, take that lesson name as a report name so that tomorrow I can able to review what work you did it, what work you did not do. Very easily I can able to review it. Okay, take this name, whatever we are seeing in the top. Okay, I am trying to copy this name. I copied it. With the same name, try to save this one. am saving it. Now we saved it. Once we saved it, really it is saved properly or not to verification purpose, go to that folder, where we saved it in the E drive. This is the folder where you saved it. Here you can notice this file is available and the file size is called as 72 KB of the file we developed. And the extension of this file is called as PBIX file. This file extension is called as PBIX file. P means power, BI file. It is a PBI means Power BI, Power BI file. X is the normal extension they are providing for MS Office, Excel, Word, those all things, right? Similarly, we have here X. The full form is here. It is a Power BI file. You can see the type here. The type also is showing here clearly. Microsoft Power BI desktop document. Microsoft Power BI desktop document. Now this file is available in my local machine. No one able to access this file. No one able to access this file. My business is sitting in USA. My business is sitting somewhere else. They need to access this file means surely I need to publish this one. Publish to the Azure cloud. Azure cloud is available. Azure cloud is available. Let me go and try to open that. I'm opening Edge browser. Edge browser. If you want to access Power BI service inside the Azure, they provided one URL. That URL is called as app.powerbi.com. App.powerbi.com is a Power BI service which is running through the Azure. To log into this one, we need one ID and password. I am going to pay for you. I will give the one ID and one password. I will give it. Okay, 2 months I'm going to bear that licensing cost and I'll give that ID and password to you. Okay, now as of now I'm using my own ID and password. Okay, this is coming from the Azure. Now it says as Power BI. We are in the Power BI. There are a lot of workspaces are available in my case. So many workspaces are available. This workspace is created by Chaitanya. This is Chandrika, Mallika. Like that, different people created different workspaces. I want to create one workspace for you people. One workspace, you can call it as a one folder kind of thing. I want to create here one workspace, new workspace. Give the name as, for example, 23 July underscore workspace. I am giving the name. You can give any name. Tomorrow, whenever you are giving it, you provide your name, full name, you provide it so that I can able to recognize your workspace, and I can able to see what you worked it, because I can able to review this one. It's online, right? Once you publish it, I can able to review it. Click on here apply. Now inside this workspace, you see nothing as of now. You see nothing as of now. Now I will go to the Power BI desktop, whatever available. I am in the Power BI desktop. There is an option called as publish. If I click on the publish, then it is asking which workspace you want to publish it. I want to publish to the workspace called as 23 July workspace. That's what we created just now. Select this workspace, click on the select, then whatever report is available, this report, this is publishing into Azure. It is publishing into Azure. Once publishing is completed, it says it's success. Now click on here, got it, and go to the Edge browser. Here you can notice if I refresh it, we are able to see the report as well as data set, both we are seeing it. This, whatever we are seeing, this one is called as data set. Whatever we are seeing, this is called as report. Now, report, you can go ahead and you can open and observe what we have the data, we can able to observe it. So this is the data what we prepared it. I'm going back to the workspace, click on this top header, then we'll go back to the workspace. This is our workspace location. And I want to see the workspace, click on the workspace. Now we can see same window. We have two buttons here that is called as, one is list view, second is called as lineage view. I want to see the lineage view. Click on the lineage view. In the lineage view, we can able to observe this is called as report. This is called as report, and this is called as data set, and this is called as our data source. Our data source. From this data source to data set, we got it. From data set to report, we got it. Am I clear? Right. Once you prepared your data set, suppose I'm trying to close this one, let's say file menu, then I'm going here, let's say new I am going, and also I'm closing this one. Suppose using our data set, I want to develop one more report, I want to develop it. I want to develop one more report using my data set. I want to develop it. How I can do that? If you go and try to observe, I opened here new Power BI desktop window. I opened. It's trying to open. It's a new Power BI desktop window. It is untitled. It's showing. Now I want to develop a report using my data set. How I can do that? I can go ahead and I can do that very easily. All you have to do is go here and select the existing data set. You can select it. If you go to the data hub, there is a Power BI data sets available. If I click on the Power BI data sets, if I click on the Power BI data sets, just now you created a data set. It is there in the 23 July workspace. This is the name of the workspace. This is your data set. Now using this data set, I want to develop one more report. Click on here connect. Now whatever you developed, two tables EMP DEPT, and inside the EMP you calculated total salary. Everything is available now. Now I want to develop a report job wise. What is my salary? I am selecting the job column. I am selecting the salary column. I selected both. Then this is the report which is talking about job wise salary. Now I want to save this one. For example, saving as a report 2. I am giving the name report 2. I am giving the name. Then I would like to publish this one into the same workspace. If I click on the publish, if I click on the publish, then select your workspace 23 July workspace. Now click on here select. Now you can notice, it is publishing its success. Once it is publishing is completed, if you come here and try to refresh it, now you can notice from this data set we got now how many reports. From this data set we got now how many reports. From this data set we got now how many reports. Two reports we got it. That means one data set using I can develop many reports. I can able to develop it. That's what I said earlier. Later your requirement got changed and you said like, man, I want to introduce one more source also to my data set. One more source also to my data set. Not only Scott, I need to go for one more thing. Then you can go and you can modify your report. Double click on this PBIX file, whatever we have original one, double click on this one, and this one you try to modify it. I'm opening this original PBX file, whatever available, and I will modify. I'll introduce one more data source. I'll try to introduce it. One more data source. I'll try to introduce it. Let it open. Yeah. Now it is opening. It's opening. Now once it is opened, I want to take one table from, let us say, SQL Server. I am trying to get here one table from SQL Server. Here itself we have the SQL Server. Let me introduce one table from SQL Server. Click on SQL Server. I clicked on the SQL Server. My SQL Server also installed in the same laptop. It is installed. That is the reason we are giving localhost. Okay, and the database name is called as Adventure Works DW 2012. Then click on here. Okay. Now we will see list of tables which are available in AdventureWorks DW 2012 database. One of the table I want to select it. The table is called as, let us say, date table. I want to select it. I selected only one table. Click on here. Let us say load. Directly I'm going for loading. The table will be available here now. Third table will be added here. You know very clearly these two tables are coming from MS Office Excel, and whereas third one, whatever it is loading dim date, is coming from SQL Server. This one, if I go and try to publish it, for example, let me publish it. Click on save. And publish it. I am publishing into same space that is called as 23 July workspace. Click on select. After it's published, if you go and try to observe what happened over there, let us go and try to observe. Let me show for this. First it is success. Once it is success, if you come to the front end and observe the refresh, click on the refresh, then observe here what happened. Now we are very clear how many reports are there here. How many reports are there here? How many data sets are there? How many data sources are there? That's what we need to understand. You can notice we have the data source are two data sources. We have it. We have two data sources. We have it. Using these two data sources, we created one data set. We created one data set. We created one one data set we created. Now using this one data set, we created two reports we created. These are the two reports we have it. That means we can say now the relation between these three objects actually. I want to tell the relation among these three types of objects. What is the relation? Now we are able to tell data sources many data sources are trying to make what is this one data set. Many data sources are trying to make what one data set, whereas 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 one data source whereas one data source one data source sorry one data set trying to make how many reports, how many reports. So the relation is one to many year many to 1 year. Many data sources are making one data set is making many reports. More information, more details we come to understand later. Today we understand the first chapter. The first chapter is talking about downloading the material, developing this flow and doing some basic transformations and creating the workspace. We given here clearly how to go to the app.powerbi.com, how to publish it. Clearly we provided some reference documentation also I provided, and some questions also I provided. Please walk through it and complete this chapter today. Okay, thank you. We'll meet tomorrow.